You're about to see something that few people, if any, will ever get to see. All 9 pieces from the Masanaga Masters of Craft collection together in one place. The story started in the 9th month of last year, when Masanaga, Japan's most historic, influential and renowned eyewear manufacturer, announced what they called Masters of Craft. In the Masanaga factory, Japanese craftsmen with decades of experience still make each of their frames by hand, and they're considered by many to produce the best quality glasses in the world. Whereas Masanaga frames are usually very restrained, the Masters of Craft glasses unleashed those shackles and allowed their craftsmen to be excessive for the first time. And around 90 days later, 150 boxes of 9 frames were completed. And we were allocated 1, which quickly sold out. And then someone reached out to me and wanted an entire box for themselves. Could we make it happen? Well, we did. And that's how I ended up here in Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam to make the most expensive delivery of my life. And now you get to experience it as if you were there. So sit back and relax as I unbox the Masters of Craft collection and reveal the 9 features that make them so special.
This is the moment you've been waiting for. The best glasses ever made, ever crafted, produced by the most legendary Japanese brand, and this is the pinnacle of their craftsmanship. When you become a stockist, one of 150 of Master of Craft frames, this is the box that you receive. And inside this box, we have the 9 different models. This carries some weight, and that's partly the box itself, but it's also the sunglasses, which are pretty solid, as you're about to see. Come a long way to do this. So, inside the presentation box, which by the way, fabulous quality, a great representation of the collection itself. Red velvet, it's this deep luxury red color, and each pair is individually wrapped and sealed. Each pair is flawless. There isn't a single imperfection on any of these pieces. So after they've been handcrafted, this bag is essentially the seal, and we're about to break that seal. And this is a Master of Craft frame. With each piece, we see the best, highest grade titanium. And not just sheet titanium made from thin sheets. This is actually milled from a solid block of titanium. And that gives it amazing sturdiness, as well as the opportunity to engrave into the titanium for the enamel decoration. So in each piece, we see this enamel added onto the titanium. That's the first element of luxury. Then ultra thick gold plating, ultra thick. The gold finish on these frames is immaculate. And I mean immaculate. Polished by hand endlessly to get that finish. But it doesn't stop there. The logo detail, which is added to the end tip of each frame. And by the way, that logo detail adorns the most incredible acetate end tip. Just look at the way that it's finished, carved, polished, serrated on the inside to provide additional grip and comfort. And that acetate that's added to the end tip also provides a secondary internal rim between the lens and the frame. And we're going to talk about the lenses in a moment, but let's try this pair on. They're not just an object of beauty, but they are genuinely stylish as well. And honestly, they feel incredible to wear. These are not lightweight glasses, even though they're titanium, with the extra acetate, the thick gold plating, the sterling silver logo plaque, and the enamel, of course. They don't feel lightweight, but they do feel perfectly poised and balanced on the face, and that is difficult to achieve. Japanese craftsmen are working on these frames. They're not just making them to be an object of beauty, but they're also making them to be functional as well. And I do think that's one thing that separates Masanaga from a lot of the other luxury eyewear brands. On to number 2. This time in the incredible crystal colorway, lets you see into the lens itself from all directions. Again, on this model, we have all the same features. I would say of the 3 models, this is the most low-key, and that's exactly because it doesn't have the gold plating on the upper brow bar. One beautiful thing about the crystal acetate is it allows you to see a little bit more of the craftsmanship that goes into the frames. A fantastic example of that is the way that the bridge piece here is actually screwed into the acetate. So it's not just like a flimsy piece that's kind of stuck on. It's actually physically screwed into the acetate. And the same is true with the titanium temples. So this one, unlike the other, which was titanium all the way through, is primarily acetate with just titanium temples. And when you wear these sunglasses, it's not just the feel of the frames, but the view through the lenses as well. You see, these are not just best in the world in terms of frame quality, they're best in the world in terms of lens quality as well. These house mineral glass lenses, and just like photographers will use glass lenses in their camera to get the crispest, sharpest image, you can get glass lenses in your glasses or sunglasses to get the crispest view as well. You see, glass just focuses light in a much more pure way compared against plastic. Clarity of light that you get through them is just on another level. Again, you see the serrating on the inside of the temple, but because of the crystal acetate, this time it's apparent from the outside as well. So that's quite a nice effect that it creates. Moving on to my favorite of the series, the 003. Classic, it's stylish, it's adventurous, it's also futuristic in a way. The shape and proportions of this frame, oh my God. Probably the nicest sunglasses I've ever seen in my life. Like the 001, it has the gold plating on the upper brow bar as well. I do think that gives them, more of an air of luxury. I'm going to tell you about one detail that I've left off up until now. This project was an adventure for Masanaga. It was an exploration of what is the best they can do with all limitations removed. Not worrying about cost, not worrying about production numbers, not worrying about who's going to buy it, only concerned about what is the best quality pair of glasses they can produce. So with this series, Masanaga have actually reinvented the glasses nose pad. We've seen plastic nose pads before. We've seen metal, titanium, gold, and the nose pads are the direct contact between the glasses and you. And what they've actually created is a dual layer nose pad. These are literally two nose pads fused together, one in titanium and one in gold. Now, when I actually met the creators of these sunglasses back in September when they unveiled the collection to me, I was fortunate to meet some of the top people at Masanaga, and this was actually the element they were most proud of. But that's the kind of attention to detail that you get from a brand that is so passionate about what they do. In this navy blue color, it's just such a beautiful object to hold in your hands, to display. It makes you feel special to hold it, much less to see the whole collection together like this. We're about to move on to the other colors now, but this navy blue is just exquisite. Completed with a tortoiseshell or Havana temple tip. I think blue and Havana always go together so well, as does royal blue and gold. It's just a natural pairing. For me, this is the one that I would have. Now let's take a look at some of the other colorways. So coming back to the 001, as well as that incredible burgundy red, this one has a brown, like a golden brown gradient tint, which is actually particularly nice to look through. And then, that crystal that we talked about, you can get the crystal in the 001 as well. This is one of the best ones to customize because I feel like it will pair with pretty much any lens color, any tint, any technology as well. You can wear them as clear glasses and have them photochromic, or you can wear them as pure sunglasses. The best match that I've found is Adaptive Sun, which means you can pretty much wear these all the time. They will be sunglasses, but you can wear them inside and out. Check out some of our other videos on Adaptive Sun technology. It's definitely worth looking into. Moving on to the 002 in that burgundy red. And because it's a pure acetate frame, or at least a pure acetate front, you get a lot more of that burgundy red. By the way, on all of these pieces, you have anti-reflection coating on the back surface. That's crucial with high-end sunglasses, but you would be surprised at the amount of really expensive sunglasses that don't include that feature. I would say with most high-end sunglasses, you're mostly paying for the frames, which is unfortunate because the lenses are arguably more important. And then finally on the Model 2, I like what they've done here, because here you've got colored enamel, an all black front, all black temple tips, and then that stripe of red. This one is a good option if you want the simplest style from this series. So you want something that's from the Masters of Craft, but not about all the gold and all the extra details that some of the others have. This one is the most stripped down, but that red still gives it a point of interest. This is the presentation box that you get with each single pair. And it's beautiful. It's as beautiful as the sunglasses. Inside this protective layer, you have a cushioned, quilted, very solid presentation box. You have a gorgeous real leather case, a Masters of Craft unique cleaning cloth, a slot for your own unique guarantee certificate. So this is what you receive when you buy a Master of Craft frame. But yeah, it just makes owning your sunglasses just that little bit more special. This is something you're clearly going to keep, and each time you open it, it's even more of a special occasion than when you first got them. Got two more to go. So on the 003, just wait till you see this. Absolute masterclass. Everything that I've said about the crystal up until now, it applies to this frame. I think they look amazing in crystal. It gives them just that extra stylish edge. And something I want to point out with these two models as well is the super thick acetate side shield that's created around the lens rim on the outside. So this not only provides additional shielding for the eyes, gives more protection, but it just gives that extra element of style to them as well. And when you see sunglasses with that detail, I think other designs kind of seem incomplete without it. Now, arguably, this is the best of the best. On this model, you have all gold all the way through, and it's actually a slight rose gold. It's a little bit more pink compared against the other models. That rose gold finishing combined with the burgundy red is probably just like the best color combination ever. This looks so elegant, so sophisticated, so interesting, even from a distance. It's something that's going to turn heads, it's going to catch eyes. No matter which model you choose, each pair is a phenomenal work of art. Each pair is the pinnacle of Japanese craftsmanship. And hopefully you can see why I consider these the best sunglasses ever produced, the best frames ever produced, and probably the best collection of eyewear ever produced.